Hi guys, I'm Nick Bester. I'm a 220 marathoner, a running coach, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about giving you 3 really good 5K workouts, 3 top quality 10K workouts, as well as some of my top tips to ensure that you're getting the most out of these sessions and you're making them as productive as possible. But before we touch base on the workouts, let me give you a really good test to see what you should be targeting for this distance. So in both cases, you do a 1 kilometer test as fast as possible, okay? It's just an indicative test. It might not be as accurate for everyone, especially if you come from a track running background, but 1 kilometer as fast as possible. Then for your 5K sort of shape, what you should be targeting on race day, you add around 20 to 25 seconds. So example, you run 1 kilometer as fast as possible in 4 minutes. Your 5K target pace should be around 420 to 425, which will give you around 22 minutes for the 5K. Then we move on to the 10K. So we're looking to do 1 kilometer as fast as possible and add 30 to 35 seconds on top of that, and that's your goal pace for your 10K. So once again, an example, you run 1 kilometer in 4 minutes, add 30 to 35 seconds, so 430 to 435 should be your goal pace, which will be around a 45-minute 10K. This indicative test might work really well for a lot of people. It might not work for some, but give it a go. 1 kilometer as fast as possible. I've given you the calculations, and let me know how close that is to your current PB, or if it's more or less in line with what you're targeting. Okay, now onto 3 really good 5K sessions. So the first one, 5 times 1 kilometer, recovery 90 seconds. So for the 1 kilometer efforts, we're looking to go at target race pace. I always say somewhere around 85 to 90% efforts. And if you add up the cumulative time for each of the 5 times 1Ks within training, that should probably give you a good indication of what you're able to target in the 5K distance. Okay, now onto the second really good 5K workout. So here we're doing 4 times 800, 4 times 400, followed by 4 times 200. So we're working down the ladder. As the reps get shorter, the intervals should get faster. Recovery wise, we're looking at 90 seconds for the 800 meters, 75 seconds for the 400 meters, and 45 seconds for the 200 meters. Okay, now onto what sort of effort you should be putting in for these. So for the 800 meters, you're looking at probably around 5K effort. So once again, 85 to 90% effort, working nice and hard. As we cut down into the 400s, you're looking at to increase the efforts probably to somewhere around your 3K efforts. Somewhere what I say is around 90 to 95% efforts. And then onto the 200s we go. This is probably around your 1K efforts, somewhere between 93% to 97%, working very hard, but you can always find something a little bit extra come race day. Okay, onto session number 3 for the 5K. So here we are working down the ladder twice. We're looking for 2 times 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. So basically you do that whole set and then you repeat it once again. It's quite a tough session, I must say, because once your body's used to doing those shorter fast reps, you basically start at the beginning and work your way all the way back down again. Now onto the recoveries for the session. So it should be 90 seconds for the 4 minute reps, 75 seconds for the 3 minutes and 2 minutes, 60 seconds for the 1 minute, and 45 seconds for the 30-second intervals. So the effort for the session, we're looking to start at around 10K effort. Because that 4 minute rep's quite a long one, probably around 80 to 85% effort, and we're looking to gradually cut our way through the whole session, finishing off at around 400 meter effort or around 90 to 95% effort. I would just like to thank the sponsors of this video, AG1. I am a creature of habits. In fact, we all are, and with habits comes consistency. With consistency comes results. Every morning, without fail, the first thing I do before having my electrolytes and coffee is have my daily scoop of AG1. I know that once I have my daily AG1 drink, I'm in for a really productive day, feeling less fatigued and a lot stronger than ever before. With the races coming thick and fast for me over the next few weeks, this is a key ingredient. The best way for me to be consistent with it is by building it into my daily routine, and I've done just that. It's the first thing I have in the morning. There is so much goodness with just one scoop. With over 70 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and other ingredients, including gut-friendly bacteria, antioxidants, and high-quality mushrooms that support your mental performance, providing much-needed increased energy and focus throughout the day, making balancing working long hours with big mileage weeks a little bit easier. It supplements my overall immune health, which is essential. It's a powerful and simple supplement that I don't go a day without taking. Scan the QR code on screen now or click on the link in the description below to receive 20% off your subscription and 1 year supply of vitamin D3 K2, and 5 AG1 travel packs. Thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Okay, let's move up into some bigger volume sessions for the 10K distance. So the first of which, 5 times 1 mile at around target 10K pace. The recovery between the 1 mile reps is 2 minutes. And like I said, you're looking to do this at around goal 10K pace, which is probably anywhere between 80 to 85% effort. Working very hard, but still in control. Okay, then on to session number 2, we're going down the ladder, but as we move further down the ladder, the reps increase. So we're looking to start off with 4 times 1K, followed by 6 times 500 meters, followed by 8 times 200 meters. Recovery, 90 seconds for the 1K, 75 seconds for the 500 meters, and 45 seconds for the 200 meters. The amount of effort you should be putting in for the 1K, probably at around target 10K effort. So once again, 80 to 85%. The 500 meters, we cut that down to target 5K, so around 85 to 90% effort. And then for the 200 meters, we're really looking to pick that up 1K pace, anywhere between 93 to 97% effort, nice and sharp. Then onto the third 10K session, nothing special, just really good solid work. We're looking for 8 times 2 minutes, followed by 8 times 1 minute. Recovery, 75 seconds for the 2 minutes and 60 seconds for the 1 minute reps. Effort for this, it's simple. For the 2 minute reps, target 10K effort, 80 to 85%. For the 1 minute intervals, we're looking at target 5K, so around 85 to 90% effort. Okay, so now onto a little bit of info about how you should go about these sessions. So let's start with the recovery. Recovery that can be static, walking, or easy jog, honestly, whichever you prefer. I find when it's winter here and very, very cold, I like to just do an easy jog to keep the legs moving. Sometimes when it's summer and extremely hot, I do a static rest. Remember, the point of the recovery is to recover as much as possible. Your heart rate's working hard within the session. You're doing a lot of stuff at faster than goal race pace, faster than goal 5K, faster than goal 10K pace. So you need to recover as much as possible. Remember, it takes concentration to push yourself to your limits within the session, and it also takes concentration in order to recover and reduce your heart rate as much as possible during that key time. The most productive way to approach these sessions, and a lot of them are built in such a way that you are able to progress, but you really have to try and progress throughout, okay? If you give them a good go and you don't manage to progress, it's okay, it's fine. You try again, keep trying, it's okay. We don't always nail it all the time. But if you're able to progress, as in you start sort of at this pace and you gradually increase as we go on, and you feel like you've worked very, very hard at the end, that's exactly what we're after. It's the most productive way to train. It's the way the Ingebrigtsens and the world's best train. So let's try progress throughout these sessions. Okay, next point, very important. We need to be properly warmed up by the time we start these sessions, and we need to cool down afterwards. So you're looking for around at least a 10 to 15 minute jog before, just loosen the body up, followed by some dynamic drills. So you can do some high knees, butt kicks, crossovers, hip opening and closing the gate, just really getting the mobility in the body going so that by the time that first rep comes, you're nice and warm and ready to nail it. Once you've done the complete session, don't just stop completely. We're looking once again for another 5 to 15 minutes easy jog recovery. And then it's a really good idea to, once you finish or even in the shower that night, to do some static cool down stretches. And what I tend to do is target the main muscle areas: hips, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and so on. Next up, remember to get that golden recovery protein in as soon as you can after the session. So once you finish the session, you have around a 30-minute window to get this protein in, but the sooner you get it in, the better. I always aim to get around 20 to 24 grams of protein. I pre-mix it so it's there waiting for me, and even before my run goes on Strava, I tend to have the recovery smoothie. But you're getting a much better training effect by doing this. We work hard in our efforts, so we want to get the most out of training. By doing this, you're giving your body the fuel it needs, your muscles rebuild, and the recovery process starts as soon as you're able to get that protein in. Now onto how long it takes to recover from these races. So this is very athlete specific, depending on how much mileage you do, how much racing you do, and how long you've been running for. But what I would say, for most of us, it's probably just under a week to fully recover from a 5K, and just over a week to fully recover from a 10K. It doesn't mean you should race one week in, week out. I think we should race these regularly, but just to give you an idea, that's how long it takes for the body to fully recover. Remember, racing takes a lot out on you mentally as well, so let's pick and choose our races. Some of them let's use as tempo efforts, and some of them let's really go all out. There you have it, guys. Hope you found this video helpful, and I hope these sessions can take you to the next level. They've worked really well for me in the past, I must say. And remember, improving requires snapping out of that comfort zone. If you're uncomfortable in these sessions, it's good. You should be, because on race day, you're going to be uncomfortable as well. It's not easy, but it's always worth it. Show up, put in the training. The magic is made in training, and race day, it's just the victory lap. It's the cherry on the cake. Go out there, show up, put in the work, and go get it. Train smart, train productive. Let's go.